Hello everybody, this is the Bulldozer, and thank you for giving me your time, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. First things first, I want to apologize for these videos coming out so late. First, we had Mother's Day this weekend, and I had computer issues, and hopefully I've got those computer issues fixed. Videos going forward will come out on a regular basis. Week 1 of Season 9, I'm going to have all the challenges in one video, and you will not have to watch the entire video. If you're looking for something, just go down to the description, look for the challenge you're looking for. There will be a timestamp next to that challenge. The black circle will give you the name of that challenge. The red circle will have that timestamp. Simply click on that timestamp. It will take you straight to that challenge. Here's the list of this week's challenges. You got to ride the slipstream around Neon Tilted, which actually is not true, folks. You do not have to ride around. You have to simply enter these slipstreams and you get credit for them. And the second one is you got to ride it around the Mega Mall, I think it's called. Challenge number 2 is visit all the sky platforms. Challenge number 3 is deal damage to opponents within 10 seconds after using a shadow bomb. And we'll talk about that once we get to that challenge, because that was a pain. Challenge number 4 is pick up a legendary item in different matches. Now you got to do this 5 times, so it will take you 5 matches to complete this challenge. Challenge number 5 is search chest in Lucky Landing or Loot Lake. Challenge number 6, scope weapon eliminations. You have to do 3 of those. And our last challenge is another stage challenge. Is deal damage to opponents from at least 2 stories above. Stage 2 is 4 stories above, and stage 3 is 6 stories above. So let's go ahead and get started with number 1. That is ride the slipstream around Neon Tilted. Again, you do not have to ride it around. You simply have to enter it. But I will ride around as the challenge says that. But you'll see as soon as I enter it, I get credit for it. Okay, we are headed to Tilted. And simply all you have to do is enter one. You can see it's taking a while for these things to come into play. But as soon as you enter it, you get the check mark on it. So you don't have to ride around. You have to simply enter it, but I'm going to ride around anyway, just to make sure. If you want to try to pull out of it, you can, to see if you still get credit for it. But again, it says you have to ride around, but you saw the green check mark as soon as I entered it, so I'm assuming that's all you have to do. And I'm pretty sure I've made my way all the way around, so let's go ahead and move on to our next one. This is located at the old retail row. You see it's called Mega Mall. Again, as soon as I enter it, I get the check mark. And what I did this time was, you see how you got these bunches of rings to put together? I chose a location, I think there was 2 on the other side. So when I go through those 2, I know I'll come to the end. See, there was 4 on that one, and there was 3 on this one here. Again, just because that's what the challenge says, but you saw the green check mark. Almost lost control there. As I go through these 2 right here, I'm going to make my complete circle once I go through here, and I'm going to be done. That challenge is complete. We're going to go ahead and move on to challenge number 2. Challenge number 2 is visit all sky platforms. Now there's a total of 7 of these, and there's 3 chests located at most of these. There's definitely 2 chests inside. Sometimes there's a chest on the top of them. the ones I've been to, sometimes I didn't always check the chest, but in most games when I go to them, I've noticed there's 2 chests inside, so that's why I say that. So if you do go to one of these, especially if you're coming from the battle bus, make sure you check for the chest. Land at the very top of them. That way you can hurry up and get you a weapon, especially depending on what game mode you're playing. Let's go ahead and move on to our first one. Our first one's located by Pleasant Park. You see this one's already been searched. You saw the door that was open there. So we'll go ahead and move on to our second one. And here is the map. You can see the location of that one. You see Pleasant Park right there in the upper right hand corner of the mini map. So you have an idea of the location of this one. So we're going to move on to our next location. This one here is located by Dusty Divot. You can see Dusty at the very top of the mini map there. It gives you an idea of where this one's located at. I slipped out of the updraft there, so go back up. Now, one thing I've noticed in a lot of these, and not just this challenge, a bunch of these challenges, you can see me check here because it never came up on the screen. But you saw that I had 2 of the sky platforms completed, but it did not come up on the screen. So if you do a challenge and it doesn't come up on the screen, just check it like you just see me do there and see if you had it, because there's been a lot of issues. I got a video on the channel where in Team Rumble there's been no bandages, no med kits, no shadow bombs. It's absolutely insane. The rocket launcher, you got to pull the trigger twice for it to reload. See, there it was again. It didn't come up on the screen again. And I even checked at one point during one of the other challenges to make sure I had everything on my HUD turned on as far as notifications and everything, because I thought maybe, okay, it didn't show up, but in fact I did. This one here is by the pressure plant, which is the old volcano location. And you see here again, it did not show up, but you see I'm getting credit for it. That is number 4. So you're going to have to make sure you check these to make sure it is giving you credit for them. Our next one's going to be over by Shifty. And don't worry about doing these in the storm. You can do these in the storm, especially if you got a chug jug or a slurp juice. I do 95% of my challenges in Team Rumble. Makes it a lot easier. Here's what I was talking about, the chest on top of these platforms. You can see the location of this one right here. So I'm going to check again, and you're going to see, you know, now I have 5 of 7, but again, for whatever reason, it's just not showing up. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to open up and see here's the other two chests I was talking about. And most of the time that I come to these platforms, most of the times there is 3 chests here. And you see that the storms already come through. A lot of times already come through in this game, and the storms come through and nobody's came to this platform and got these chests. So we'll go ahead and move on to our next one. This one's going to be located at Fatal Fields. Since they took the balloons out, these, you know, it's nice to have these things out, these slipstreams, because it makes it real easy to get around the map. It's not as quiet as balloons was, but still it makes it nice and fast to get around the maps. In certain locations you can actually switch, like if you're in Neon Towers or Neo Towers, whatever it's called, or Mega Mall, you can jump from one to the other, and because the one main stream, it's a huge section of the map that it covers. And I have no clue why I did not switch over to a gun here. I just decided to try to hatch the person. But that was number 6. So this is the last one. This is over by the racetrack on the other side of the Mega Mall here. You can see. And you can see there's people here already, and none of them went to the top of the platform to get this chest. So there you have it, folks. That was all those completed. Now we are going to move on to our next challenge, which is deal damage to an opponent within 10 seconds of using a shadow bomb. Now this was the very last challenge that I actually completed because, like I said, it was extremely complicated. I did every one of these challenges in Team Rumble and never came across one shadow bomb. I repeat myself, I did not come across one shadow bomb. As of Saturday, or actually excuse me, Sunday, putting this video together, I still have not seen one shadow bomb in Team Rumble. I've seen no medkits. I've seen no bandages. I've got a video on the channel showing in 2 games back to back 31 chest openings, 2 supply drop openings, and 1 mega chest opening with 0 bandages, 0 medkits, and 0 shadow bombs coming out of that. So they definitely had an issue. Hopefully they've fixed the issue, because it's absolutely insane. It took me a long time to get this done in solo because of the whack. What in the world? Because of the way that the this is played now, and I'm not used to using these shadow bombs. So getting used to using them is a totally different thing. But that's enough. Let's go ahead and show you how I completed this challenge of getting this 200 score using the shadow bomb. Again, don't forget, timestamps are down in the description for all the challenges. Here's the shadow bomb. This is what you need to pick up in order to complete this challenge. What I found out, and what you'll see right here, is that you get 3 of these. First things first, people, if you saw right there that I got shot and I still have 100 damage, if you see the bush, pick up the bush and put it on, because that's a free 1 shot on you and it's not going to affect you. I see so many bushes laying around. Put the bush on. It's a free shield for you that's not going to affect your health or anything. But as I started to say, you see right here I have the shadow bomb in the middle of my equipment. Now this is the first time I go to use the shadow bomb. I've never used it before. I have no clue how it works. Literally, I have no clue at all. And what I find out is, which is common sense, but again, I'm not used to using it. When you run out of this, it automatically switches over to your next weapon, which I guess that would be with anything. But if I was thinking, I'd put the shadow bomb in the left-hand slot, so it would switch over to my legendary P90. So I'm going to come out of here, I'm going to start shooting this person. And you can see I cannot get out of my stands there. And I end up getting a 63 on them. So let's go ahead and move over to the next one. You can see I got 63 of the 200 right there. So we'll move over to the next time. You can see now how I got it set up. I got the shadow bomb in the far left hand corner and my Tommy gun right next to it. So if I use all 3 of them, when I come out of my last one, I'm going to automatically be ready to fire my Tommy gun. Now I know there's people fighting to my left, so I'm waiting for them to come over here, and finally they do. able to get a couple shots on them. And I make the mistake of jumping in the water, which is kind of hard to see. But I get some points, that's all that matters. Because you only got 10 seconds to get as many points as you can. You can see right there we're at 117 of the 200 now. So here again we got another bush. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to pick up some bandages. And I hear this person coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and use one. As soon as I come out, I'm going to look up. And he pops his head just in time, and I get a couple shots on him. It was just enough to finish this challenge. There we go, that challenge is complete. 200 of 200. And challenge number 4 is pick up a legendary item in different matches. Now you have to do this in 5 different matches, and there's only 3 ways you can do this, and I'm going to show you all 3 ways you can do this. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we're coming in to Pleasant Park, and we're going to find a chug jug on the ground. Picking up a legendary item on the ground does count. As you can see, that was 1 of 3. This might have been a balloon or something, a supply drop rather, that was on the ground. The next one is going to be a chest, but I'm going to go into the mega chest. I'm going to bypass this chest right here and go straight for the mega chest, because you're guaranteed a legendary item in a mega chest. I was looking for a slurp juice over there. See, I picked up the infantry rifle there. So now we'll move on to our 3rd way. And as I'm putting this video together, there actually is a 4th way. You can actually get one out of a vending machine. I just thought about that. So there's 4 different ways you can get a legendary weapon. But here is a supply drop. You can also get a legendary weapon out of a supply drop. Now, pay attention here. I pick up the bow, but it does not count. But as soon as I pick up the new shotgun, it does count. So for whatever reason, that bow did not count as a legendary weapon. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next challenge, challenge number 5, and search chest at Lucky Landing or Loot Lake. Again, you guys search 7 chests. We're going to pick up a couple at Lucky Landing and get the rest of them at Loot Lake. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, don't forget, down in the description you will find the timestamps for all of the challenges for week number 1. Some people don't realize that this location here counts. This is actually outside of the little village, real close to the bridge. This little building right here, as you see, it's going to say 1 of 7. This chest does count as a Lucky Landing chest. Then we got the chest right here at the tree. Remove the tree and you can find a chest right here. Now we'll go ahead and move over to Loot Lake, because you can see there's other people here getting chests. We're going to go down here in the pit, and you will find a couple chests down here. Put a little platform down there so the chest won't, or the pieces won't go all the way down there. Sometimes I think there's a chest in there, or you'll find something in there. It just happens to be nothing in there in this game. So that's 4. Go up here, there's a chest up here. But this chest here did not count. And I really don't understand why. It was literally right above the other 2. You saw that one there, that was chest number 5. I don't know why that chest didn't count. But it is what it is. So now this is chest number 6. I'll make our way over inside this one building here, and we will pick up chest number 7. And we will complete that challenge. Now we're going to move on to challenge number 6, and it's a scope weapon elimination. You have to get 3 eliminations with a scope weapon. It could be the scoped assault rifle, scoped sniper rifle. I chose to use the scoped sniper rifle. Let's go ahead and get started. You'll see all 3 of these eliminations come from the same game at the same spot. There is one. They are all busy over there. I've got myself placed a pretty good distance away. That was a sweet shot. Let's take a look at that shot again. I'm watching this guy come in, waiting for him to land. As he gets close, I start tracking him. Just as he lands, I get ready to pull the trigger, and as I do, he jumps, and as he lands, my shot hit him. Unlucky for him, but I will take it. Moving on to shot number 3 here. I see this person on the platform. Just waiting for them to stop, and they do so. Easy pickings. That's going to finish challenge number 6. We're going to move on to challenge number 7. Now, here is challenge number 7. This is the stage challenge, and this is the one where you got to do damage to opponents from 2 stories, 4 stories, and 6 stories. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, everybody is landing over here by Dusty Divots, so I want to come over here and land on top of one of these wind things, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to look around because I got a rocket, and I figure, okay, if I'm up high enough, I can shoot a rocket at somebody because everybody's landing over there, and I'm looking around. You can see all the building and everything going on. I figure I'll catch somebody landing. I saw people landing over here. You can see all the platforms and everything that's built over here. And of course, when I come over here, I don't see nobody over here. I look around, and then all of a sudden I see this person over here in a corner. I look at him like, what are you doing? And all of a sudden, I just fire a rocket at him. I have no clue what they were doing there. But it finishes off that challenge. But check this out, folks. This is actually pretty cool. Check this footage out. I'm looking at these wind tunnels, and I got to thinking, I wonder what will happen if you shoot a rocket in one of them. So I can see how they're spinning around and everything. I say, here, let me shoot one straight down here and see what happens. Take a look at this. Okay, let's try this one here. Now watch this one. This one actually curves around the trees and continues on. Pay close attention to this one. It follows the whole stream right around the trees. So it's time to give it a rating. And what should we give it a rating? I could not agree more. A 10. Let's move on to number 2. Stage number 2. By the way, stage 1 was 300. This is 200. You can see I just got 100 right there. Using the boom bow. You can see 100 of 200 there, so we'll move on to the next game. This is also the same game where I got the 3 snipes from. Catch this person landing, I'm going to pop him with the sniper rifle and get my other 100 there to finish off that one from 4 stories. Now we're going to move on to stage 3, which I only need 100 for. You got a supply drop right here. I'm camping a supply drop. Wait for somebody to come in. You just see them come in right there. And I'm going to hit him with the sniper rifle and do 100 damage. And don't see the check mark again. So I have to go look at the challenge, and you're going to see it is completed. So again, they're having a serious issue with stuff not appearing on your HUD. So you're going to have to go and check your challenges to make sure your challenge is completed. Found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and if you subscribe, smash the notification bell so you know when I will upload my next video. Again, thank you for giving me your time, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it. This is the Bulldozer. Get your killing on, and I'm out of here.